Welcome back, everyone, to Pathologic. You're here with Van Lefebvre, otherwise known as DraxxKraven, when shit is gonna go bananas. Oh fuck, she's dead. Well, now we know where the fire, the fire-spreading maniacs have come from, and for what reason. They're with the fire breather. Oh god. Jesus. You can take some punishment, can't you? There we go. You know what? Let's talk to little Capella. See if she knows anything strange about what's going on today. You never know.
They say a plague bearer got into the cathedral. Everyone who was there died. Is that true?
Do you remember the young woman lynched on the day of your arrival on the Bone Stake lot? Quite vividly. She rarely appeared in public, and people used to believe her house was haunted. When the captors dragged her out into the light and asked anyone to confirm whether they knew this person and whether she was a human being at all, her neighbors preferred to remain silent. Why? Petty minds never forgive those who remind them of just how mundane and unworthy of interest they are. Jesus! Are you asking me? I do not think it was about hatred. Those who knew for certain that she had lived next to them for many years were filled with hope at that moment. What if she really was just a step ghost, a Mara, a bloodsucker? Then everything would go back to normal in their simple heads. The order of things would be restored. Uncertainty. Why are you telling me this? Nothing. Shit.
What?
I do. They'll fail. Rest assured. Okay. Okay, because I could say why. My brother somehow did. He seems to care, truly. He's dying to stop them personally, but he doesn't yet know how. I've talked to him already. Okay. So she could have told me to go talk to young Vlad. Vlad?
Who dared defile Victoria's tomb? Beasts. Mindless swine. I would have strangled them if I could.
Do you know the arsonists are planning to attack the termitary? Let them plan. I hope they'll do without me wishing them good luck. Don't you want to stop them? Even if they had catapults, they wouldn't be able to damage these walls. The termitary can withstand straight-line artillery bombardment. But if they get inside, then they'll regret it bitterly. For goodness sake, why don't you get back to looking for the carrier, Doctor? If we figure out who the bitch is, tomorrow you'll leave the town a winner, and the Inquisitor will take the town folks' lives into his skilled hands, including the lives of the termitary's inhabitants. What you're saying is you're planning to do exactly nothing, am I correct? I won't move a finger, and what could I possibly undertake? All my servants, mercenaries, and household members who still have the courage and the strength to meddle with these sort of affairs, well, some of them are dead and others have joined the bandits. Bandits? This is new. My household is not the only source of those. The Kane fellows have started a gang too. They're mugging marauders. Despair is making everyone grab their knife. They're fighting each other already. Is that so? It keeps pointing me towards the Kanes. Okay. Other tasks. They're going to burn the termitary down. What is happening with this family? What are they trying to cover up? The younger acts as though he's ashamed and the older fails to convince me of his ignorance. Apparently, I'll have to take care of the hunchback myself. Maybe I can talk to him. Maybe I can pay him off. Doubtful. The loss of a daughter isn't something that can be forgiven with money. Still, he may yet be corruptible. Jesus Christ. Ooh. Got anything nice? Oh, do I have any clothing that need mending? I do. And it's very expensive. Fuck. Still, maybe I should check in on the church and go chat with the Canes. Sounds like a good idea to me. They want me to find this carrier, but I'm not exactly certain what they're talking about. Oh, fuck. Oh, good. He's not after me. Nice. Jeez. Okay, so now the formerly infected districts are filled with arsonists. Great. This seems fine. Oh, that reminds me. Adherence. Is Georgie still in the chopping block, or no? This was the Hunchback's home, correct? I mean, he may simply not be here any longer. Which would be perfectly sensible. If he's plotting to burn the termitary down, then it makes perfect sense that he wouldn't be here. Still, I see that there's no reason not to ransack his house. Hey! So the syringe is a tradable item. Who wants syringes? Hopefully not any of the kids. Dirty lies, all of it. Let me tell you, that salty liquid was neither water nor tears. The foul man-eater sprinkled people's lips with blood. That's what she did. Notkin told me that in the age of the blind aurochs' skin. There used to be a rite that worked just like that. What do you mean? Blood. I'm talking about blood. We obviously have to find her now. How's that hard to grasp? More man-eater hunting? Well, it's a very lackluster hunt, considering the culprit's already found. The cathedral guards were bribed by one of the ladies of particular notoriety, so it was she that did the whole thing. That's clear as day. Crept into the cathedral naked with just a cloak on and sprayed the beds with rat blood. That was her plan, that the half-awake people wouldn't be able to realize what's going on in their sleepy confusion. What happened here? It's happening at night. They woke up in the morning to find out that there were only two types of people in the cathedral, the dead and the soon-to-be. Tried to force the doors, both the lucky and not so much, but no can do. No unauthorized exit, and here you go, 500 stiffs. Thankfully, at least none of our guys were inside when that happened. Dumbheads. It's horrible. Man, oh man, thank God my mom and I never went into that nailed coffin. Auntie almost talked us into it. Can you believe that? Coffin? Last night, Ava fed salt water to the people in the cathedral. Everyone who drank it died. Those who didn't got infected and died too, and those who tried to escape the place and run away weren't allowed to because it's forbidden. Ava? Or Yulia. All in all, it's either Anna or Lara. Some lady that was allowed into the cathedral. How do you know that? Wouldn't you like to know? Ask around if you're so smart. Watch your tongue, girl. I, for one, do not believe the cathedral girl was Amara. I think her intentions were good. They ran out of food and water by that time. She must have been trying to feed the weakest. Perhaps there was something on her clothes, or perhaps it wasn't her at all. Yeah. The whole point of this place was that it had water. There's been a horrible tragedy, Bachelor. The disease has found its way into the cathedral. How did that happen? At first, we didn't quite realize what happened. When the screaming began, we were in no hurry to open the door. When it became apparent that something horrible was happening inside, when the banging on the doors began, we knew that then the isolation ward had succumbed to the same fate as the termitary. Damn it. The overseer saw it fit to keep the doors locked for now. The agony lasted for about an hour. The place was chock full of people. Why was their death so fast? It wasn't. They did not all die. They were simply unable to move anymore. Those who were still capable of walking have been transported to the hospital. The feverish ones remained here. The overseers took care of them, taking the dead to Earth. They think it's their fault that the casualty rate is almost absolute. Why did it have to happen today? Today's the day when we finally kill her, whoever she is. Mara, Lara, my own sister. It's time to put an end to her feast. Sometimes ghosts spirit children away from their very cradles. They say it happened to a family of my neighbors. A herdsman daughter had been hiding hooves under her dress for 3 years straight. A shabnak had killed her and put her white skin on. He wanted to get to the pots with fresh milk. If it's my sister, then she must be a turnskin or a changeling. I hope this was a bad joke. Tell me more. Mara sneaked into the cathedral last night. They saw a long-armed woman wrapped in woolen rags shamble around the cathedral, stroking the walls with her hands. She was offering something to drink, that I'm certain of. There was no water, so they accepted hers, while whatever she was cupping in her hand, she must have accidentally grabbed putrid water. I bet there was no foul intent. It's not infected. Who are you talking about? What girl? I ain't no girl judge. You figured that one out yourself, but she was nice and kind spirit. Okay. Huh. Was it Aspity? Oh. Huh. I had no idea. Anyway. So, someone brought the sickness to the cathedral. Almost quite deliberately. Bringing something cupped in her hands. Something that seemed as if it were salty water. But one of the major reasons we chose the cathedral as the isolation ward was that it has access to fresh water. Huh. Still, I better ask around.
I feel almost nothing.
I wanted to ask you about Reuben. What do you intend to do with him? Say what you will, Doctor, but I'll address the matter as I see fit. Reuben is going to give himself up to me of his own free will. Say your farewells from now on. You're only one able to save us. Have mercy for him. What happens now? Olgimsky will try his best to burn the girl at the stake. Talk to her. You're the least likely to fall under her spell. Perhaps she'll tell you something of interest. What girl? The exorcist girl. Clara, the psychic, Sabrov's pet. Seems to me that one psychic should be enough for them. She was staying with the Sabrov family first, but then they presented her with her own house. She's too afraid to stay there alone, though. Instead, the girl keeps hiding in the foulest slums this town has to offer. Apparently, the disease does nothing to her. Is she being tracked down already? What for? Now that Simon is no more, these witch hunters lose all purpose. I've learned everything I wanted to know. My brother was alive until the very end, when he was turned into the smallest of shreds. He is alive even now. His death was not in vain. I talked to him today. He needs a new body, and we shall provide him with it. So you'll require exorcism? No, nothing but optics. There is a place that would allow us to retain the memory of him, to focus the sense of his presence, a kind of a chapel where one would be able to enjoy his company, to focus on him. I see. Okay, So perhaps it was Clara who brought the disease to the cathedral. Long-armed, all in rags? No, that doesn't quite make sense. Still, I should ask Ava. I mean, she is in the neighborhood after all.
Someone's desecrated the stone yard tombs. The scoundrels.
So yesterday you managed to capture the disease, or so I've heard anyway. The town is abuzz with horrifying rumors of people being dissected alive. Obviously, I don't believe them. The more dangerous kind of rumors are, it turns out, those about you acquiring a sample of infected blood. All these rumors are not groundless. More importantly, they say you are now able to track down the shape-shifting disease carrier, comparing their blood to that sample you obtained yesterday. If they are one of the townsfolk, it can't be hard to recognize them. Also true. This is a witch hunt in the making. As if dim-witted blackguards murdering women in the streets wasn't enough, it seems that our governor is now inclined to extend his greedy reach towards the town's notable people. Several young women stand accused after the cathedral business. Who are these young women? Laura and Yulia's name are mentioned, and for good reason. Their personal items are found on some of the dying people at the cathedral. At least this is who Governor Sabrov intends to hand over. Strangely hurried, isn't it? Sabrov is frightened. All his measures have abjectly failed. It is clear now that he is incapable of maintaining order in the town. The cathedral tragedy was the last nail in his coffin. Under the circumstances, he has no options but to press harder. Is there anything I can do? Check on them. Now that you have the capability, hurry before your discovery breeds baseless speculations. One would want to save innocent lives, or else nothing can be certain in a situation like this. And you? Can you do anything? The Elgimskis claim they can prove the girl's innocence. Perhaps they already know who the real culprit is. Somehow, I have no doubt about that. I've heard the criminal's being kept inside the termitary. I'll talk to Elgimsky then. Aha! Big Vlad is trying to turn a... Big Vlad is hiding something. You don't fucking say. It looks like someone is trying to get rid of several young women before the Inquisitor's arrival, and that someone is Governor Big Vlad. It looks like someone is trying to get rid of several young women before the Inquisitor's arrival, and that someone is Governor Sabrov. Interesting. Okay. Well. Witch hunt. The rumors of the man-eater, the tragedy at the cathedral, there's no shortage of evidence to support the carrier hypothesis. We caught the bacteria, now we know what the blood of an infected man looks like. We have learned what the sand plague does to its victims as it thrives within their bodies. The rulers have chosen to take advantage of these findings in order to reignite this witch hunt. Only this time it's with the carrier instead of the man-eater. I need to talk to Sabrov about it. Okay. So I could go to Ava, then to the Crucible, Lara's, Yulia's, Sabarov's, Anna's, and then over to the lump. I'm about to say, I've got until 10 tonight before I need to thwart the arson. So I've got quite a bit of time. Quite a bit of time. Of course, that's what they all say, but it was, you know, it was midnight a few hours ago. Oh, Ava, you wouldn't happen to know anything about the incident at the cathedral, would you?
What is there to talk about now?
Why would anyone do that? Everyone knows how enamored of the cathedral I am. People know I come there often. There already is a strong connection between this building and me in the minds of the locals, so I'm pretty sure they will drag me into this. I'm not an especially noble person, but I'm well known. People know and even love me. How does the matter of nobility come into question? Does it mean the suspect has been identified? That matter remains mysterious. Maria believes she was recognized, but the people there refuse to call her by name to protect her from imminent punishment. There are few women in our town that would be sacrificed life and soul for. Those who worship them so much could offer her shelter out of love. Were all the witnesses men? Everyone who is able to still able to speak, agony spread like fire among them. You should talk to the overseers. It was them who took care of the infected. Don't worry, no one will lay a finger on you without my permission. Can I go through that
That's
again?
okay. I've found a way. Everything is going to be just fine, you'll see.
Jesus. Okay. So let's talk to Maria. She may know more about what happened. And then we can go to Lara's, Yulia's, Anna's, Sabrov's. Not necessarily in that order. The plot thickens into concrete.